Gonna take Gage for an early morning swamp walk. It's cold this morning, like 3 degrees Celsius. Like I say, this is the best time of year to capture knocks and strange things back in the swamp, so we're gonna head out just as the sun's coming up. Let's go for a hike. I can actually see my breath this morning. In the right light. I did see it, it's cold. I had to change the camera settings. So what I just showed you guys is how dark it actually is in here and how much the camera can brighten this up if I manually open up the aperture and brighten everything up. The sun's just starting to come through now, so it's quite dark in here. Gage is sniffing something. Okay, editing Gary jumping in. We've got an EVP here, and remember we're using the dual capsule microphone with a front and a back, 2 separate microphones. I cannot tell which microphone this was recorded on. It sounds to me like it was right in the camera itself, like it's not louder on the front or the back. It sounds the same, and I believe it says loved once. Let me know what you guys hear. I'm going to be listening through the rest of this video very carefully now that we've got one EVP, because oftentimes that means we get more. If we do, I'll let you know. I definitely heard a thump or something off in the distance here. I don't know what it was. Wasn't really a knock, but there was a thud. And then Gage looked up and he took off running. He heard it too. I'm always looking up. You guys keep mentioning in the comments, you need to look up more. I do. I just don't film up because it's disorienting as I'm walking around to suddenly give you guys that view. But I do. I keep my eyes up above as well. I always forget to use the back camera, so let's turn that on here. I've also got the microphone on dual mode, front and back, so you guys can hear me nice and clear. It is actually chilly this morning. Notice my truck was covered in a nice layer of dew. Another week or two and my flowers will all be dead. I'm sure we're heading for frost quite shortly here. Some deer tracks in here. Right there's one. Right there's one. Here's another one. Somebody asked me to go back and cast the footprint that I found along the side of the river in the last video, but you guys have to realize that's 70 kilometers out of town and then a mile and a half hike through treacherous, thick, heavy bush. I'm not going back. And the fact that, you know, it's been another 3 or 4 days since I was there. The tracks were already old and full of stuff. Yeah, we could go cast them, but the condition wouldn't be any better than they were the day I saw them. So it is cool and strange that we found that, guys, and I don't have an explanation. The more I think about it, the depth of that alone, the weight that would be needed. If I had to guess, guys, I'd probably say 500 or 600 pounds would be needed, you know, and a forceful step to drive down that 3 inches. I'm 190 pounds, and I was thinking, you know, just over a quarter inch, not even a half an inch into that sandbar. So whatever it was friggin' heavy. I never really thought about it before, guys, but this little camera here in the front that's facing me, we can actually turn, you guys, you can get a side view of what's off. So there's a trail down here to the side. I could walk along and you guys could be watching the side view, or I can swivel you right around to the front and you can share the same view that the front camera has. It's actually much more versatile. Well, we can see that fall is definitely here. All the ferns are turning brown and starting to die. We're losing our green. Gage's nose is just going overtime here. I don't smell anything. And he keeps wanting to go back this way. Alright, here we are at the creepy corner. He is acting a little weird today. I don't know, he's sniffing. It looks like he's listening. He keeps turning his head like... Look at him. He's on something. He smells something. Now's the time of year for mushrooms. They're starting. I actually did bring the camera with me, thinking that I might find some cool shots here in the forest this morning. You can see the heavy dew on all the leaves and grass this morning. My pants are getting quite wet going through this waist deep grass right now. Yeah, very wet. Okay, we're gonna go back to the house a different way. If I cut straight into the woods here behind me, we can actually do the back trail, which goes up over the scary bedrock section of forest here, swamp, and we'll go past the hunting blind. We'll check on that, and then we'll take the back trail back to my house. Oh, it's so wet. Oh, cobwebs. Blah. So if we go 500 or 600 meters up here, we should come out at the hunting blind. And there it is. Still standing. This top part got damaged last winter. It won't stay up now. Gotta pop that back up and brace it. Well, there's the stick that I had bracing this up, so we gotta get a new stick. Alright, so I found a new ridge pole and I've set it in place here. Yeah, just a temporary fix. The old lean-to's kind of starting to succumb to the elements here, but it's been left out here for 3 years and it's not supposed to be, but it's just a good spot to get out of the weather and sit in our cobweb covered chair. I think there's more than a few spiders living in here now, but I'm not sticking around today. I just wanted to check on it. Every year the trail gets a little harder to find in here. There's really not much of a trail left. That's the trail right there. Yeah, it must be nice, Mr. Gage, to be able to just go under this stuff. This is right at the height where it's very difficult for me to get over. It's like waist high. I know, you went right under. Maybe I should go under too, buddy. It might be easier. Oh, God. Oh, for the love of God, I'm too old for this shit. Yeah, that was probably still easier than trying to go over those. He does pretty good for a 7-year-old pup. He still runs around like he owns this place. Dude, I hope you do it for another 7 years. Him and I are the same age this year, guys. Hey, we're both 49. Yeah. It's a lot of work maintaining these trails, and Dave, the neighbor who owns this property, I don't know, he's early 70s now, so it's up to us younger guys, myself mostly. I come through here and Gage and I will use the Skidoo system every day in the winter because that's how I get him his exercise. I'd rather run him through the woods than down the road, and so I keep the trails open. So I'm in here cutting with my saw all winter, keeping it open, and Dave and I kind of have a pact that I help him keep the trails clear and keep an eye on the property for him, and I can use it as much as I want, which has really worked out well. It's awesome to have good neighbors like that. I bring him and Lee's a couple of trout every fall, and we have a good relationship. So I've kind of adopted them as my surrogate grandparents, even though they're much younger than my grandparents were. But most of the old timers now, they can't get out and catch trout and stuff like that. Yeah, I showed you guys in the last video how hard it is to get through the woods to hit these creeks. There's no way anybody over 60 is doing that. That's just too much work. If they're lucky enough to have a young guy or younger guy like myself who can still do it and bring them some trout, that's what they really appreciate. All right, guys, we're on the home stretch now. You know, maybe 3/4 of a mile from home. It's been a fantastic walk this morning. Cool, the sun coming up, just the right temperature to hike and not get too hot. I love fall. This is my favorite time of year to be out here on these trails. A little quieter than I was hoping. I heard a couple of things off in the distance, a thump, maybe a knock, but I was expecting more, didn't get it. And that just shows the authenticity of what we're doing here, guys. We're not gonna see something or hear something in every video, right? I'm keeping it real. Only real things are shown to you guys, what I see, what I hear, and I'll ask you guys to help me identify something, you know, as much as we need. There are strange things out in this forest, and not all of it is physical either. We know that, we've shown that. So thanks for joining me. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next adventure.